Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Marriage.
Where we speak marriage through transparency. What's up, guys? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today?
How's y'all May going along with you guys?
You were right. Mother's Day.
Mother's
King.
Day, then birthday and anniversary.
Whose birthday is it?
Oh, it is my dear wife. 15 years, actually 16 years birthday.
Yes, we've been together for 16 years. Please know this.
And she don't look a day older.
Day older than 16?
No.
I don't look a day older than what? Don't tell these people my age.
They don't. From the day I met you.
Oh, that's so sweet and so incorrect. I definitely look a lot older than I did.
Oh, you look a lot better.
Well, what the hell?
A lot mature.
Oh, okay.
See?
You got to get your words together. So what are we talking about today? Unmet expectations, right?
Unmet expectation.
Do you know what that is?
You gonna tell us, please?
No. Don't make me. You always want me to say stuff. You see, my voice is hoarse.
I didn't do it.
No, you didn't do it this time. But my voice is hoarse because I've been out here playing in these streets.
Well, how you say it again?
Expectation.
There we go.
You hate that word.
Yes, I do.
Like.
I do.
But when
because I can't pronounce it.
Yes, you can pronounce it.
I guess because I'm not in the mood to say it. Well, when you expect things to take place where it should and do not, or you expect somebody to meet a certain expectation that you desire to have, and they do not.
Okay.
That's close enough?
That's close enough.
All right. Okay, I'm learning. I've been reading.
So unmet expectations are, you're right. When you have an expectation of something, but set the you don't share with the person what you really, really want or what you really need. And so you have these high expectations for people or for your spouse. And then when they don't meet that expectation, it seems as if they're failing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this. Now I'm talking about me. I ain't talking about nobody else. I'm talking about me.
So we can say amen.
You can say amen if you want to, but for me, I sometimes get tunnel vision and I get focused on one thing at a time and I forget everything around me. And sometimes she had to throw a fish line out there and catch me and to pull me back in and say, hey, you forgetting about us. And I forget sometimes because I am so focused on trying to get X, Y, and Z taken care of right away.
Oh, well, that would be, but then you are assuming that I'm expecting something. Do you assume that I'm expecting something from you?
Sometimes I assume that she expect more out of me or me a special attention sometimes.
Okay, then you could give. I can agree with that. Well, first of all, let's say good evening to everybody. Good evening, everybody that is checking in here on Facebook and also YouTube land. So we want to say hello and good morning, good afternoon, and good night to everybody. You can always call in at 754-303-9976 to either A, wish me a happy birthday, woo woo, because it's my birthday, or you can just call in just to, shoot your shot, say what you want to say, and you can go on off the line. I also want to go ahead and put something down here. You guys can comment, click like, and click share with anyone that's out there. This show may not always be for you. Like I always tell people, it may not be for you, but it just may be for somebody else. So your comments, your liking, and your sharing helps other people as well. Thank you for your happy birthdays over in the
And
comment.
please share.
Yeah, I said that already. Where
But
you at?
I wanna push it out further.
So you guys can also go on if you want to send me something for my birthday. Please, you can go on to $ on Cash App, Tiesha Carvel. So the information is down there for you if you want to send me $1 or two for my birthday. I'm not begging for no money because we good, but just in case you want to send me something because you couldn't because you're not here. Nevertheless, we just thank everybody for being here today and saying happy birthday. So thank you guys. I'm on here on my birthday. So I had an expectation today.
Yes, she did.
I had an expectation that I was going to go outside and get in these streets,
I had expectations for you to do it too.
but it didn't go that way. It's raining out here. We actually had a forest fire over in this area, like 200 miles away, but we could see all the black smoke. The kids were afraid. They were like, "Oh my God, mommy, what's going to happen?" But thank God for the rain,
Yeah.
because there was ash that was hitting us, and we were like, oh my God, like what do we do? The only thing that we always think of is run to grandma. So we didn't have to go to grandma's house, but in case of
Yeah.
a fire, we got to get up out of here.
Then yesterday we had like a thunderstorm scare.
Oh yeah,
Oh man, it
it
was
was
funny.
horrible
The cloud
outside.
was doing something crazy. It was like, oh my
Mm.
God. But the thing is, I expect stay. La, 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 la.
Expectations.
Thank
Am I gonna have to
you.
keep saying that
Yes,
all
you're gonna
night?
help me out with this word. Of the weather really really disappoint us.
It disappointed you,
Yes, it
not
did.
so much as
Because
me.
I mean, I'll be honest. Today I was planning on getting up early this morning and do something real nice, leave the kids home, and hit the streets in a way that was totally different for us. But things didn't go as I planned it to.
It didn't, but it's okay. Let me tell you. So, all this week, he's been working really hard because we have our vowel renewal that's coming
Woohoo!
up.
15
And
years.
yeah, it's coming up this weekend, coming up Saturday, the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've been preparing for that. And it's been, I've been expecting certain things, but I haven't been expecting him to do too much for my birthday, only because you do so much anyway. Every day is like birthday for me. Every day is Valentine's Day for me. Every day is just something special for me. So it's not that you're not doing anything. Let me show you guys. Let me tell you, every day, like this week, I've been receiving something special. Here, pull that up. He sent me this in the mail. Look at this. Look at how beautiful this is. Can you guys see it? A million roses. Now, I gotta kind of hold it up the right way. Can you guys see it? How beautiful is that?
How do
I
you
get to,
top that?
well, I have some other
Oh no,
expectations that
okay.
I would
That,
like.
let's not go there.
But we're
Uh,
going to say that that is beautiful. Here, I can't put it back on the thing. So, because there was a little card, just fold it up and put it on the side. There was a little card that was with it as well that he put in. He said, to my wife of 15 years and my lady for 16 years, I am proud you are with me. You complete me in every way and make me a better man. And I love you for that. Your husband, Elias Carvel. Isn't that sweet? You
they
guys
cannot
can't see
see
the
that. They
card. You
won't be
can't,
able to
that's
see that.
blurry. But it's just a sweet little card and it tells me how to take care of the roses. It's supposed to last not for 15 years, but it's supposed to last for, I think a few months or so.
No, a year or two.
Yeah, so they gave me some directions on the card on how to care for it. So
As
he's
don't pull it
been
out the
sending,
box.
yeah, don't pull it out the box. So he's been sending me little things here and there. Here, put this back in the box. I don't want it to get all messed up. So he's been sending me things like that. He's also he got me these cute little earrings. Now, at first, let me tell you, when he got me these earrings, this is what I mean by unmet expectations. Like, you can't see things that you like all the time and think that I'm just gonna like them. When I saw the earrings, I was like, "Oh, these are so ugly." He was like, "What?" The kids came in and said, "Mommy, that's so rude." I was like, "I don't like these earrings," but because I like hanging earrings or really big earrings, and these earrings here, he brought two of them, and they're real gold, guys. Isn't that cute? So I was being really childish because I'm so used to him just doing, everything that sometimes we forget the small things. And whether I like them or not, I'm going to wear them because he thought enough to give them to me and he didn't have to. So I'm appreciative of that. And thank you so very much.
You welcome.
Oh my God, you make me sick.
No, I don't. I'll make you better.
So, have you guys had any unmet expectations that you were expecting, and not just for a birthday? It could be for anything. Like sometimes people have unmet expectations when it comes to their relationships and
Friendships.
friendships. Yeah, absolutely, and their friendships and things like that. Like they have these expectations of what they think a friend is supposed to be, and not all the time it pans out the way we have it in our mind. Like we're thinking that, because we do all these things, that our friends are going to do all these things. Like you're expecting so much from a person that you give, and that's not good, right?
And I think because we don't communicate with them exactly or what our expectation is
Look
of
at you
them,
opening your mouth. You
I'm
better say it.
trying. The expectation of them that
Uh-huh.
we fail ourselves in the process of it, because then we let ourselves down and be angry because they don't meet that what we thought they should meet. And I think
Mhm.
that's our biggest problem is communication. If we communicate better, I think we'll find our relationship begin to blossom better.
Absolutely. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can put it over in the chat, or you guys can call in again at 754-303-9976. So we have a comment over here. I accept my partner to be there for me when I'm sick and go out the way to make sure I'm well. Why do you expect your mate to do these things if they don't know to do them?
And some people
Sometimes they
not
don't
built for it.
know. Yeah, some people are not built for it. But what does that mean? That you're not built to
As
take care of
in,
somebody?
okay, I'll give prime example. There's some people that grew up in a home where all their life they've been catered to.
Hmm. Your juice looks good. Can I have
Go
some?
ahead, you can have some. They've been catered to, and they don't know how to cater to other people.
Hmm.
So they grow up with this expectation that people gonna give to them all their life. So when it's time when the person gets sick, they don't care. They just want to take. They don't give. So the expectation of everybody giving to them, that's all they expect. And it's a drain on a relationship when a person trying to do where you give, I give, you give, I give.
I'm going to ask at Jennifer. Eleanor to call in to explain a little bit more about what you're saying. She's saying because she does it, she expects it from her mate, and I'm not gonna agree with that. I don't agree with that. I don't agree
Oh.
with that totally. But I do see, like, if something happens to you, I am there for you. No nurse, no nobody is going to come in and do what I feel I should be doing as a wife. And vice versa, when I'm sick, no one comes in and takes care of me the way you do. And I think this may be Jennifer calling in. So let's go ahead and see what she has to say.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Jennifer. Is that you?
It is me. How are
If
you?
it, I'm
Happy
good.
birthday.
Thank you, Boo. Thank you for
Thank
calling
you.
in and saying happy birthday to me. But
Mm.
explain your response. Help a sister out.
So recently I got into kind of like a disagreement or argument with my partner,
Mm-hmm.
and I was ill and they weren't available for me the way I have been available for them. I go out of my way to make sure they have everything they need, medicine, food. And when I became very ill, they didn't do the same. Matter of fact, they came up Casper. They was like, "Oh, I was letting you get some rest," and I was like, "Rest? I could have done that." So I was upset about that. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I show up for you a certain way. Why wouldn't you show up for me that way? And we got to communicate about it or talk about it. Hey, when I'm sick, I actually don't want you around. I want to be by myself and I want to treat you. I treat you the way I want you to treat me. And I said, well, I do the same, but you still treating me the way you want to be treated, not the way I want to be treated.
Well, let me ask you a question. How will I'm gonna assume that this partner is a male?
Yes,
How will he know how to treat you unless you tell him?
I did tell.
And what happened?
This happened. This is the second time it happened.
So then what do you do?
I think the first time I was hooting and hollering, they didn't hear me. So the second time
Wait, you
I
say you were hooping and hollering, so you cut up?
I was acting a plum fool.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mr. Carvel,
Hmm.
what do you got to say? Well, we can't turn into children. Thank you so
Okay.
much for your comment. We're gonna hang
I,
up on you
I'm
now so we can
I'm
respond.
I'm gonna
But
say this.
well, first of all, let me ask her real quick. She hung up herself? That girl
I
quick with her hands.
I would say this. Sometime when you're in a relationship like that, you have to reevaluate your relationship. Is it for you to be in this relationship? Is it benefiting you for being in a relationship? In life, we expect a person to benefit from us as much as we benefit from them. If it's not a two-way street, I think it's a one-way street. Correct?
Well, okay, okay. Y'all making me put my thinking cap on.
Yes, please.
Now, sometimes when we act like children,
Mhm.
I'm going to say men don't respond to that. I'm not saying, Jennifer, that you're acting like a child, but when you're raising your voice and you're yelling and you're screaming, uh, some men don't respond to that. He is definitely a man that doesn't respond to yelling and screaming. He immediately shuts down. And oftentimes, there are men who needs more prompting in the things that you are asking them to do for you. So, yelling and screaming and throwing a temper tantrum, children do that. We have to learn how to be able to communicate. And if you are communicating those things well, and that person is still not meeting you where you're asking them to meet you at, there's a decision that needs to be made. Because if it's happening in a relationship and you guys aren't even married yet, what is it going to be like in the marriage? You understand what I'm saying? So if he's not hearing you now, not to say that people can change. But if they are not willing to make some adjustments in a relationship that you're already in and you're trying to, move towards some new things, to me, it would be what's the point? Now, that's just me saying it. I'm not saying that that's a whole
So
therapeutic thing.
basically, you saying you're gonna have to reevaluate the relationship. Okay, I'm just checking.
Absolutely,
I said
absolutely.
that earlier.
And Brian here said, "I've always said, talk to me, not at me."
Yeah, I say the same thing.
Yes. I was watching this thing today, and it says that women are always told not to mother our men, but to treat them like they're our babies. It's like, oh, I wish the people that are listening, y'all could see his body structure right now. Your whole body language just
Hmm.
changed. I don't
Hmm.
care.
No,
So they
because
always,
you going into what my mind was thinking about a good while ago, and I'm like, you're not in my brain, so how do you know what to say?
because we are one.
Oh, you're
You
right.
always
You're
say
right.
that
You're
we are
right. You're
one.
right. You're right.
So what do you do when you have a man and they say, okay, well, uh, so women are taught automatically how to pretty much keep a house. I have a niece, an older niece that had a baby, and when this niece had, she didn't have the baby yet. She's still pregnant, and she was a little ashamed, and she was like, Auntie, I didn't want nobody to know. I was like, why? You're like the one niece that everybody is cool if you have a baby because you know what to do. You know how to take care of a house. Like she takes care of all the kids and she can cook and she can clean, she can do all these things. But we're taught very, very early. Me, myself, I always kept my little cousins, and I had to cook, I had to clean. I knew how to keep a house. Whereas most men, I'm gonna say aside from you a little bit because your mom did teach you guys how to cook. Y'all some cooking men.
And I know how to take care of babies.
You do know how to take care of a baby. That is true. But you don't know how to clean up no house.
Well, that's where you come in
Man, listen, we about to get off this thing here. We finna have a whole tussle. So women, and so then we have these arguments and these pushes, these push and pulls in the home where, it's like, did your mama not teach you how to do this? 9 times out of 10, either the answer is no, or she did, and you just didn't want to have to do it because moms come in and they do so much for the male child. So when we finally get married to you, it's like, okay, you don't want me to treat you like your mother, but what do I do when you leave your crap all over the place?
Okay.
How did I stop you from leaving your stuff
Okay.
all over the place?
Okay.
Because I used to burn down the house. You see how she talking about
Wait
she
a
just
minute.
like
Wait a
jump.
minute. You know,
I burned this whole house down.
you know, again, we this topic is a very
I'm just kidding. I don't burn down houses.
oh no, she won't burn down this house. You crazy. But real talk, when we look at things like that, the demographic of when a man meet a woman, he expect the woman to be his mother, and I think that is the problem we have right there.
Mm-hmm.
A man should not be looking at a woman to be his mother.
Mm.
I
I
mean,
don't
we.
think he's looking at her to
Oh
be
no,
his mother.
he is.
In what way? You got to explain
He is.
that.
Listen, when a young man grow up and everything been given to him, he been taught by his mother. She pamper him. She treat him like he's the man of the house. Now she's ready for him to move on. He want to be continue to be treated that way because he was not learn. He was not taught how to earn his keep.
You
So
gotta break that down
I'm
some
breaking
more.
it. Okay, break it down some more.
Break it down.
A young man growing up with a mother.
No, not like that. You being real jerkish right now. Not like that. Just
Oh, what I'm saying is,
y'all don't know him like I do. I promise you, he's being real sarcastic right now. Okay, do it nice. Be
I'm being
nice. Be nice. Don't
nice.
do that.
Well, okay. When a majority of young men that is growing up, their parents give them everything they need. They have not learned how to earn their keep or how to earn anything in life. So when they get older, they look for a mate that can meet that expectation that their mother or father be given to them all their life, because they was not taught how to earn their keep. They was taught how to earn a woman that could earn their keeps.
Wait, they were taught how to get a woman so the woman can earn to earn them. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, basically. See, when a young man growing up, like the last episode we did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Miles Monroe says that when the father bring the woman up to the stage, the young lady that's getting married to the stage, the bride to be to the stage. He is giving his daughter to another father, which is supposed to be the husband. So when the young woman see another man, she should be able to see her father through that young, yeah, that the young man, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But today time that's not taking place because majority of young men are looking for the mother.
In their wives. So let's just get let's break it down a little bit more.
I'm guilty.
How well, I'm telling you, you can say amen to that. You're
See,
guilty of some things,
I
but
commit my guiltiness, but at the same time, she helped bring me to a point to where I'm at today.
now, okay, now there's a way to do these things. And I tell women all the time, how are you speaking to your man? I'm sorry if you guys hear this candy clicking in my mouth. I need to suck on this halls. As you can hear, my throat is going crazy. But nevertheless, how do you think I utilize I guess my womanly wiles to be able to speak to you to help you to come out of that foolishness? Because I did think at one moment that I had four children in the house. It was very frustrating. It was annoying to the point where it brings, and I think most women struggle with this. Like, you're always yelling and screaming because we have these expectations of what you're supposed to do. But if, like, sometimes when people get married, they're getting married really young. So there are certain stages in life I believe that men haven't gone through. So there's this stage where you're coming out of your mother's house. You're in the house with this woman. She's cooking and cleaning and doing all these particular things. Here comes the kids. She needs help. And then the man is just stuck. He's like, oh crap, it is really happening now. I'm having to be a father. What in the world do I do? Some men run, some men stay, some don't know how to deal with their own emotions. And then that's where you have the woman yelling and screaming at the top of her lungs. You're not doing this. And then that's when we sound like your mother, because at this point, we are mothers to our own children. And then if the men are not picking up the slack or taking care of certain responsibilities or taking some of the weight off the woman, this is where we feel. I'm speaking now, women. If you're on here, if I'm wrong, you guys need to chime in and say something. But this is where I think we feel like we are mothering you because you're not stepping up to the plate. Because going to work is nothing when it comes to taking care of these children.
Well, because our communication at that time was garbage. We didn't communicate with each other as well. On top of it, eventually you'll calm
I
down.
feel
You
like you're so distant. You don't want to come over some?
eventually
Okay.
you calm
Could
down.
you just roll your eyes?
I didn't roll my eyes.
Oh, okay. I felt like you did.
Eventually you calm down and say you're gonna have to figure this out. And at that time, I had to grow up because I know when I see a lot of people, I even tell a lot of the young ladies, allow your man to experience some things. Stop trying to catch him before he fall. Men have to fall so we get up. And when you're not allowing that man to fall, you're catching him. You are mothering him. He's not able to be a father, not able to be a husband, because now he realized no matter what I do, you're gonna catch me. So man, forget it. I just go ahead and depend on you instead you depend on me.
Oh,
Uh,
very good. Give some examples of that, because I remember you saying that years ago. Allow
well,
me to be a man. Allow me to fall. Allow me to make some mistakes. You
the
can't
thing
keep
is
doing
every
this.
time because you didn't see what I was seeing, you just want to be everything to be done speedily. And you feel like I was moving too slow. Now I understand why I was moving slow. You would jump in the way and begin to move before I move. And what would happen is when things did not go the way that you expect it to go, you look at me as if it's my fault. I'm like, but you didn't allow me to move.
Hmm.
Sometimes we are too eager to get things done. But in life, I learned patience. You see the best thing out of life. And what happened is when you begin to have patience with me, you begin to see me to begin to grow,
Hmm.
turning from a weed to a beautiful flower for you. So I didn't. I was a hindrance to you. I became a blessing to you because you allowed me to bless you with what I could have done to bring the house together. So what happened is sometime our expectation as a men are low because we don't know how to be men, because nobody allow us to fall gracefully and get ourselves back up and say, hold up, I can't do this, I have to do it this way, I have to wake up and do it that way. No, I had to get up and pay this bill, because if I don't pay this bill, we're gonna be out of the house. I see a lot of relationship, and I hate to say it, where I see the men are very, very lazy.
Mhm.
I'm not lazy at a long shot. Even when we were going through our, up and down, I still was out there doing something.
Mhm.
I was still busy with my hands. You used to tell me sometimes I sit my black butt down because I was going too much. And I was always helping other people. But you had to tell me stop helping people when you're not helping us. And I'm like, oh, snap, you're right.
Right.
So I had learned to focus my expectation on us to make sure that you are more happier than other people. So for me, I think sometimes you need to let that man fall.
I like what you said. That is true. And I think for me, because we would have these conversations, I just allowed you to see your mistakes. And then the thing that I liked about you is that you would say, "This is my fault. I gotta fix it. This is my fault. I gotta fix it." And I would see you, like you would try, and certain things would be puzzling, but you knew how to. You would put the pieces together. Now, this is where trust comes in. I started to trust you. I started to believe you. I can't, like, if I'm somewhere and I'm stranded, the first person I'm calling is not the police. I may call them second or third. The first person I'm calling is my husband, because I know he's going to come. And I started to put my trust in him, and knowing that if I say, hey, to my kids, I'm going to tell your dad, they know that he's going to, you know, go in and do what he needs to do as a father and make those things straight that were crooked. And it took us a while, a long time to get here. It took us a very long time to get here, but I'm glad that we're here and that we speak the same language. We understand each other through our movements, through our behaviors, just through the way we communicate. And it wasn't always easy, but day by day, year by year, it gets easier and easier and easier. And I'm just really thankful for you. You
Oh,
know,
I'm actually thankful. I think I was blessed with a beautiful blossom.
Brian says, take care of home before you take care of anyone else outside of it. Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
was speaking to one of the young men at work, and I was telling him we put our trust, or our what the word I'm looking for. Oh my goodness, we put our values in our friendship and not in our family.
Hmm.
As a man, my value is what's in my home,
Hmm.
and it helps me meet some of the expectation of my wife versus meeting the expectation of my homeboys. So I prefer to spend majority of my time focusing on who I love the most. That's my
Hmm.
wife.
Well, I'm glad that you focus on me. Thank you. So we have a comment here. Jennifer says, "Women are expected to respect a man." Why do I keep hitting this thing?
I don't know.
Women are expected to respect a man, allow them to be men, and then take care of them as children. As an adult, we must stop making excuses. And whatever you don't know how to do, seek help and learn your mate. There's too many options for helping in relationships. I'm going to agree with this to an extent. Um, I think that, like we were saying, it takes time for a man to develop and understand his place in the home, especially if the woman was behaving how I was. So, like he was alluding to, is I was constantly fixing things before allowing him to fix those things. I was constantly jumping ahead of him before allowing him to go before me as the man to handle the things that he needs to handle. So if we as women don't allow these things to happen, like he said, you have to let them fall gracefully. Yeah, we can be there to say, hey, it's going to be okay, but allow them to bump their heads. Like I've always told him, I'll go and, to the ends of the earth with you because I know that he's going to help bring me out. You understand? Now, I understand that God is our source, but he put man here to help as well. So if I am leaning, I'm hoping and praying that my husband is praying to the Lord for direction in his own time of prayer as we're praying together so that God can direct him and then we can move together the way that we're supposed to. But we didn't get to that point until years later. So in the beginning, like I was saying, we may have to, I won't, let me not say have to. We may treat them like children because they don't know that they're men yet. I don't think that they know that they are men yet or what it takes to be a man.
I ain't
Go
gonna say
ahead.
they don't know they know they are men,
No, they know they have a
but they
penis.
don't.
They know they have a penis.
I believe they know that they are a man, but what kind of man are they?
Oh, I see what you're saying. You see how your face
Okay,
got frustrated with me?
because you're not letting me finish. Because you're jumping ahead of the gun.
Okay, I'm gonna back up.
You know, we have to realize that every man will have do not have that role model or that example of manship in them. So understanding that everybody don't have that example of a manship, like our son have it.
Mm-hmm.
They hit. I mean, we have beautiful models in front of my son. We got my uncle. We got God Brian.
Mm-hmm.
We got
God, Brian, like to have my
you
baby
know
smelling good.
we got myself.
Mm-hmm.
And we believe in,
Sean.
and we got Sean Fife.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you have all these example of manhood in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now nowadays, our young men that's growing up, and I hate to say some, our older men my age did not have that example. They speak of their mother as their father. And that's where the problem come in at, because they begin to have the mannerism of their parents, of their mother, and then they turn around. They also don't know how to stand up and be a man to that woman.
Okay.
And it come a problem to the wives, because it's too much pressure on our wives, because now they have to do more to keep the marriage together than what the husband should be doing, because he feel like he's doing just fine. He got the sports channels on, he got his beer in his hand, and the kids are alive, and we all great. I will go to work. I will try to find work sometime next week, honey, but we gonna survive.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem. We are I think it's that we are women are accepting these responsibility, and I think it's time for women to stop accepting these responsibility and say, hey, um you want to eat, cook, I'm going to bed.
Mm-hmm. Right. This is what he's saying, Jennifer. He's saying that it is too much responsibility on the women. So she said that statement then says that all women are strong. I believe there's too much pressure put on women to carry the weight of men, then get accused of being dominant. Yeah.
Well, I don't shoot the messenger, or don't shoot me
No,
just
she's
yet.
agreeing with you,
Let me
babe.
finish.
You
Let me
ain't gonna
finish.
be
Let me
handling me on
finish.
live. Not on live.
A woman is stronger when a man is standing up and doing his responsibility. It makes a woman weak because she's not able to grow.
Mm.
When a man not doing what he's supposed to be doing, I
Mhm.
make my wife strong because I am doing my responsibility. Now she have the ability to exercise the mind that she have on things that is productive. Then
Mhm.
worrying about a man that sit on the couch wearing a dent in her couch.
Yeah, you were never gonna do that.
Oh, I don't believe in that. I'm sorry. I like to work.
Yeah, too much.
No, no. Mm.
But I agree with you. With everything that you're saying, you have definitely been in these last few years, the man that God had shown me that I would have and that you would be. And then you continue to keep growing, and I continue to keep trusting you and trusting you. I don't put all my trust in you because all that belongs to God, but I do trust you. And I know that things are going to be well when you say it's going to be okay. I believe you when you say that. And, I have seen, like, I like that I am able to, because in past relationships, I was the man in those relationships, and then trying to bring that over into this relationship. As you can see, with this particular topic, if you go back and look at our past videos and things like that, my husband doesn't speak that much. But when it comes to topics like this is he's very
Passionate.
passionate, very good, very passionate about this particular topic. And even, having me to, like, step back a little bit and allow his voice to be heard. And the reason being is because some men, a lot of women don't hear men speak like this. And when they do, it's kind of scary because their men are not behaving in this manner, and they don't understand why. Or oftentimes some men will shun him, but those are not the men that we even hang around. They'll shun him, or they'll
I don't
they'll
care.
ask questions or say they don't understand. Like, how can you give or do that much for a woman? Shouldn't she be doing this and doing that for you? I remember when he used to give me the car. This is when we had one car, and he used to walk, and the kids would say, "Hey, Daddy used to take that train." We used to have to drive him to the train. We would get up 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning when the kids were babies, and I would have to put them in the car because I didn't want to leave them at home. And then his friends would say, "Well, why you don't have the car?" He's like, "Well, why would I leave my wife with our children walking to a bus stop, and we have a perfectly good car? I got good legs. I'm a man. Why can't I take the bus to work?"
Because the truth of the matter is they were selfish. Most men like that are very selfish. They think of themselves first, then their family. I think of my family first, then I think of myself, because they are an extension of me.
Hmm.
Why would I allow my wife and kids to sit here and walk? Oh, matter of fact, even if we had two cars and one of the air conditioner wasn't working, she would drive the car that the air conditioner is working. I'd drive the one without the air conditioner, and she know that for a fact. And I'm not ashamed to say that, because when it all boiled down, I'm taking care of my responsibility
Absolutely.
as a father slash husband and slash a man.
Absolutely.
So if people cannot wake up and see and understand that there, as a man, your responsibility is great, they need to sit down and learn what a man is.
Right. Well, I'm just going to agree with everything that you're saying. Jennifer Roundtree, I hope that you are still there and you've heard what he had to say. So he's agreeing with you that there's sometimes just too much responsibility on the women to do so much. Like, I have a lot of girlfriends that, I won't say they're my friends, but a lot of associates that will say your husband does all this, that, and the other. And sometimes I have to stop talking about you. Like, if we're all talking about our men, and I had to learn to just be quiet, because a lot of the things that you do, their men do not do whatsoever. And sometimes I would ask them, I'm like, "Whoa, your spouse doesn't do that," and they don't do have the things that you do. Like, my husband cooks, I don't cook. Anybody that knows me, like really knows me, I am not getting in no hot, sweaty kitchen.
Listen, she will cook sometimes.
Sometimes, but it
To
got to
make
be on a
no,
special occasion.
that when she put a little foot in her food, it's my how does it taste? Dear, I'm like, it's delicious.
I can cook because grandma taught me. But my
Yes,
my favorite thing to do is making sure that things are clean.
yes.
But I don't like to cook. I don't like to be hot and sweaty in the kitchen. And
I like you hot and
he
sweaty.
Mhm. Brian, and he puts down in that kitchen. And when he's really feeling it, you get a nice little cake. Oh my God. But with that being said, like, the things that he does for me, he always says, if I have to love you like I love myself. So the way he loves me, I'm like, if you loving yourself like this, like, my God, I don't want for anything. I really don't want for anything. And if there's anything else that I need, if I know that he can't do it, I'm not going to push this man to go working, because, he'll go and do it. But I don't want for anything. And I'm so thankful of the relationship that I have. And that I don't have to go outside looking for something that I already have inside. It's already in the house. You know how people say, "Oh, I want to go to Burger King, I want to go to McDonald's." No, it's already at the house. I don't want to go look for another man. I don't want to go look for another anything. It's already at the house.
Yeah, sometimes when you're looking for the expectation of a person, you have to prepare for it. Um, if my wife wants a certain thing, I tell her communicate with me. Let me know what you want, so we can work towards that. Because everything is not that available for us just to get like that. We have to prepare ourselves for certain things. I mean, God ain't gonna give you $1 million house right away when you're not making $1 million. That'd be like crazy. I'm like, why would you lose the house within a month?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta prepare yourself for what you really want. You can't get a Mercedes Benz. You only making a Hyundai money.
Yeah, Hyundai money.
That make no sense.
Yeah,
Because the maintenance on that car alone would have caused you to go in bankruptcy.
yeah.
So you have to begin to, position yourself for what you expect out of a person.
I like that. I like that. So some of you women who are waiting, you're waiting for a man and you're like, he's not coming fast enough, or you're in a relationship with someone who is not um, who you think he should be. I would personally say continue to wait on the Lord, because sometimes we can push people, and I'm telling you, we married like almost immediately. We knew that we knew we wanted to be together. We were not, out here, you know, um, lollygagging around. We just knew. I think that when a man knows he's not going to let or allow anybody else to have you or to be with you, you're going to be his, and he's going to try his best to lock you down. I have never been chased so much in my life. I still feel like I'm being chased. He's always, like just chasing me or saying how beautiful he thinks I look. Even when I don't feel my best, he's like, "Baby, you look beautiful." Even when he catches me off guard, I'm like, "Why do you catch these pictures?" He's like, "That's when you're really just,
That's you,
at your best."
realist.
And I'm just like, "This is a horrible picture."
But see, what you don't understand is the expectation of her best is what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the most beautiful picture. It's what I remember the most, that most memorable moment that she brought the best out of her. Sometimes we be looking for the glamorous picture, but it's that moment that bring the best smile out of you, and it bring the expectation that I am happy with who I'm with. It's not about I'm trying to please people. I could care less, that, about pleasing anybody. Coming all ball down, people gonna take from you, ain't gonna leave nothing left for nobody else. They will drain you dry.
Yes, it's true.
So my thing is, I spend my time giving my pot of flowers all my water, knowing that they're
Looking
gonna
at me like
give
that.
me that blossom that make me smile.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy I can make you smile. I really want this fly out of this house. That is very distracting.
I
Every
know,
time
I
we
know. I
think
want to
we've
shoot it, but
gotten
I can't shoot it.
don't what oh my God. You're gonna get us banned from Facebook.
I'll
Oh
get
my
the roast
goodness.
spray and shoot it
Yeah.
with
Oh no.
it.
Listen, you guys can call in again at 754-303-9976. Please make sure that you click like, click share, comment. And again, I always say, even if this isn't for you, it may be for somebody else. So you got to share. You got to share it. So let's see here. We have another comment. Let's bring it on up. I believe there is great expectation for all men to be an alpha male, and unfortunately, some are not. What
Well
does what does
said.
alpha male even mean?
Well,
Like,
you know, the
go ahead. I'll leave it up for a second.
alpha male,
Alpha male. What is an alpha male?
a man that take charge, a man that do what he's supposed to do for his home. He the one that an alpha male is the protector. Point blank, simple. Alpha male is the protector. If you look
Mhm.
at a lion, a male lion that have a pack, he is the alpha male.
Mhm.
Nobody gonna step to that family unless he get to that alpha male.
Mhm.
He would sit there all day long watching and paying attention to the pack. And at the same time, the kids would come jump on the cub, would come jump on him, bite him, and he would not budge. But let something come near him, He gonna let out a war that everybody, even the trees, shakes. So an alpha male is different from a regular male.
Hmm.
So like you are yourself an alpha female,
I already know that.
but you need an alpha male to help
I
bring
sure
you
did.
down to
Because,
earth.
baby, had you not
So the
been,
thing is every woman I believe have the ability to be an alpha female, but is that man have the ability to be the alpha male in your life to bring you down to earth to make you feel whole? Because a woman should not make herself feel whole by herself.
well, I'm going to disagree with that
Oh
statement.
no, I'm not going to disagree with that statement.
I'm going to tell you why I disagree
Go ahead,
because
talk.
you give me what I already put in myself. So the stuff that you give me is just extra. There's an overflow of it.
But it make it easy for you.
Well, yeah.
Okay, then thank you.
What? You didn't make no point. You didn't drop no mic.
No, I'm not. No, I didn't drop mic. I didn't. I'm not trying to drop mic. Gosh.
But I agree to an extent. Like, I don't think that two people should come together just empty because if you're trying to fill each other up, it's not going to work.
No, because if you are whole, I'm whole. We become a bigger whole, a bigger circle.
Sometimes your analogies, I don't like them. They're very nasty. I don't know. I don't know
Get
what
your
you.
mind out the gutter.
Oh, you weren't even talking about that?
No.
Oh, sorry. Anywho, anywho. Let me
Gosh.
put something here. Put some hand claps or something. Let's do something. Let's get it.
There we go.
Nevertheless, I believe that two people that are whole should be able to come together to make something happen. But sometimes broken people get together and try to fix each other, and that can be a catastrophe. So
Yes.
we have to really, really, really be careful of who we are connecting with, because not oftentimes we're connecting with the right person. You can be in a loveless marriage. You really
Yeah.
can be.
Somebody asked me yesterday, no, 2 days ago at work. They said, why am I always meeting um men that is not fit to be with me, or a certain type of man that is more feminine than I am?
A woman asked you this?
Yes, she asked me this question. I asked her, I said, have you dated yourself yet?
Mm?
I said, you see, the problem is sometimes we get in a relationship and can get out of the relationship, get in a relationship, get out of the relationship, get in a relationship, and had no time to revamp ourselves and remold ourselves to somebody that we like to date ourselves. And then when you start to date yourself and love yourself, you will not allow anything to come to mess up that love that you have for yourself.
Give an example of how to date yourself.
Going out to the movies by yourself.
Mhm.
Going to dinner by yourself. Sometimes that actually be very helpful. I used to go to the beach by myself and then sit out there and enjoy the air. Just me, God, and the ocean.
Mhm.
Sometimes going out of town, doing things for yourself. Every year for my birthday, I used to literally buy myself 3 suits, but 3 outfits and 2 pair of shoes. That was my way of loving myself. So I had to learn how to love myself, because if I can't love myself, how can I love my wife? How can I accept love from my wife? I'd be a fool to try to force something out of my wife that I can't even give to her myself.
I agree because before you and I got together, like those were some of the things that I actually wanted to do. It's like, I couldn't even breathe, for a second. But to date yourself, like now, we have this beautiful lake in the back, and I have a nice little area where I can go, and the kids have kind of taken it over. So we need to revamp some things, but
Yes.
a beautiful area, a beautiful space where I can just be with myself. If you can't, you used to say this all the time, if you can't spend time with yourself, how do you expect somebody else to want to spend time with you if you don't even want to be around your own self?
That's
So
true.
me shutting off my phone and just reading a book and being with my own thoughts, being with myself, and just taking that time to just, fill myself back up, because oftentimes we're giving, friends are calling, people are calling, everybody wants advice for this and people want time for that, and it's just really, really crazy. So being with you has been very easy these last few years, because I can actually take that. And then our kids are older; they're not so needy now. Although they need like money, they're like, "Can I have some money? Can I go?
Yeah, I
Can you
know.
drive me?
Where my allowance?
Where's my allowance?" But other than that, they know when I need that time and that space. And even if I don't answer my phone and things like that, my friends just assume that I'm just busy. But sometimes I just I don't want to talk. I just want to be alone. I want to be by
Yeah,
myself.
yeah,
And it's okay to do that. It's okay to set those boundaries even in a marriage. When he comes home, that's why I like for the house to be clean. I want it to smell good. And I always tell my kids, don't let your father come home to a nasty house, to a nasty room. Don't, we can't, I just don't want to do that. So, because when you come home, I want you to be able to relax. I want you to want to be here.
oh, I want to be here. I
I
want to be here.
know. I know. Well, we are nearing the time. It is 8:51 and we are nearing the time. So Jennifer Roundtree says that me time is needed even in a marriage. Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes. You need that time to yourself. Sometimes I allow my wife to go on the porch by herself and drink a nice cup of juice or whatever you want to have a drink with. Go to stand in the water, and I tell the kids, "Leave your mother alone. Don't you talk to her."
With that same facial expression.
They be like, "Okay, daddy."
And I
'Cause
like that
and
time.
it's important because how can she come home and be herself if the world's still weighing on her mind?
hmm How can I?
So
And the
my
same
biggest
for
thing,
you too.
yeah, I mean, it's important for us to begin to have that time to reflect on our tomorrow and today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we really have to learn how to also, I mean, although we do it,
Yeah,
dating each other in the marriage,
yeah,
really just taking the time, like, we're dressed up now and we actually have on full clothes and we can actually, go somewhere. Sometimes we do after we get off this live, the kids are okay. And sometimes we go and hang out and we have a good time. We
yeah,
went dancing, what, a few weeks ago?
yeah. Matter of fact, my wife took me to a nice spot. Oh man, the food is
Oh,
gorgeous.
the food was
Oh man, it was
amazing.
delicious. I'm like, oh man, we probably need to do that again.
Oh man, the food was amazing. But I'm not leaving out here because we have our vow renewal. And if I
Yes.
catch anything on top of
Mm,
whatever this is,
mm-mm,
we ain't having no vow
we need to
renewal.
flush out of you.
Yeah, we got to flush whatever this is out. So I'm not going out that door. But my friends are coming this week, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I miss them so much. Both of my best friends are coming in town. One of them are already here. He called me today and he was like, "What you doing, big head?" And I'm like, "Excuse me?" He was like, "Oh, don't seem like you want to play today." So I hope he's on. I just want him to know that I love him. Thank you so much, Sean, for calling me today. Jen, thank you for always calling. And Michelle, thank you so much. I love you guys so much. I cannot wait to see y'all Wednesday. I am so ready to turn up. Today was kind of gloomy, but it's always a good birthday because I get to spend time with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spending time with you is actually very
You love
helpful.
me.
I love you. I love you a long time.
I know you do. And I love you back. So if that's all, do you have any last comments?
No.
Does anybody else have any last comments?
All minds and heart are clear.
Our hearts and minds. Are we in church?
Hey.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. So remember, again, this show may not be for you, but it may be for somebody else. So make sure that you click like and share this segment with somebody else that could actually use the instruction or the help or just to even hear this conversation. So we're on here every Sunday night at 8, but next week we're not going to be on.
No.
Why? Because we're going to be on our honeymoon.
Honeymooning
it up.
We ain't gonna be in this chat right here.
No, we're not gonna be on here. But
we may be someplace else partying like a rock star.
I'm not gonna party like no rock star. I'm too old for that.
You never that old.
Oh man, you need to go to sleep. That's why I need a nap. Can you see my face?
You had a nap.
I need another one. I tell you, once I turned after 40 something, I just be sleepy. I'm always sleepy for whatever reason. I need to get my iron up. I got to do something about that. Anywho, if all hearts and minds are clear, we have left enough space and time for you guys to make any last comments or concerns that you had. Other than that, we just want to thank you for always coming on and being here with us on Let's Talk Marriage. So, although we won't see you next week on the what is it?
The 22nd.
It's the 22nd. So
which is actually our anniversary day.
Our anniversary date is on the 22nd, which is also my aunt's birthday. It's crazy.
Oh, yes, I know.
But we will be back on the 29th to share some pictures and to
reflect on some things.
Yes. Oh man, this is going to be really, really fun. So,
and do me a favor, if y'all have any more ideas or have any ideas of any discussion that you want to have, just let us know in the chat.
Please let us know in the chat, or you can email us at letstalkmarriage1@gmail.com. So you can always send something there.
Yeah.
Remember to follow us on Facebook at Let's Talk Marriage. You can also find us on Instagram at you_me4ever. That's on Instagram, and then you can find us on YouTube under Ilias and Tiesha Carvel. Why we couldn't make it all one? Because they didn't let us. So you got to just figure it out. I don't know. Yeah. But we have it up here every day for you guys to see. Other than that, babe, anything else?
No, I believe everything was said beautifully by you.
You're such a flirt. I love you.
I know. I love you. I flirt with you only.
All right. Well, stop making me blush like a little baby.
You're right. My baby.
We gotta get out of here. Bye, guys. Thank you so much again. And see you in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. All God
right.
Bless you.
God bless you. Bye. Pray for us as we continue to pray for you guys. Have a good day.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.